Is everyone ready to see what you've all built?
Yeah.
Yes. Have you all had a good time? Yes. Wow, great. Okay, so I brought my colleague Dan from work today. Hello. And he's going to be asking people what they've been doing, and I'm going to come around and have a demo because I saw a few of them working, but I didn't want to make sure that we see all of them.
All right, Nathan, I'm ready.
Okay, great. After 2 whole days of hacking, it's finally time to see what the teams have come up with. And before we get started, can I just ask everybody to move any bags out of the way so that we don't trip and fall over? Because that would be embarrassing given that we're on a live stream. Okay. We're going to start over here. I'm going to ask each team to introduce who they are. So have your team names ready, and then we're going to have some quick demos. The Jamals, and what have the Jamals built?
Over here we've built for the GCHQ challenge increased awareness of cybersecurity. So this
Excellent.
is
So let's have a look.
So there's a training camp which tells you how to create a good password, how to be aware of cyber attacks. So it will tell you when you have to create your own password, and it will tell you whether it's good or not. So I'll just type in anything random.
Fantastic. And what have you learned while you've been building this?
We've learnt how to organise our game better, how to organise things in Scratch, how to do more complicated things in Scratch as well, to create lots of broadcasting and other similar things.
Yes, well, fantastic. Let's have a round of applause for the Jamals. All right, next we've got this team, table number 9. Team name, please.
iFrame Shoplifters.
The iFrame Shoplifters. And what have you built?
We built something for the Clockwork SMS challenge and for the Dunhumby one. Yeah, that one. So it's built in. It's meant to be an annoying shopping experience. So if we go to the website here, it opens 2 extra tabs, and it asks you to download a program. Downloading that, it's an EXE pointless program to the EXE. Opening that program would result in this run anyway, and all it does is open a new tab in Firefox or whatever your default browser is. Avast is blocking this here. Very nice.
You've not built a virus, have you?
No. There we go, finally. And it says you didn't need a program after all because, yeah, it's supposed to be annoying. So when you click OK, it shows this, and you can search things. So if I was to search for potatoes, and hit go, it would load this, and I hit on get results. The mouse disappears, so you can't see it. So it's impossible to hit anything. Okay, hit get results, and yeah, that's really what I searched for there.
Digestion.
And if you're not happy with the results, you hit get results again, and it's loading. Absolutely great.
Okay, well, that's excellent. Thank you very much.
And the other one is the other program.
Yeah, so we've got another program for the Clockwork SMS. So basically, it's supposed to be funny. So every time you said fart, you'll click the fart button, and it's going to count up. You've got a reset, and then you've also got when you let's say you want to send something, you can enter the mobile number here, and then it'll appear like this. So it said you farted, in this case, 8 times out of the average 21. So we did some research on how many times you said supposed to fart. You have an average person farts a day. So it uses the Clockwork SMS to send that text message when you enter the mobile number.
It's built in C#.
Yeah, and it's all built in C#. So
fantastic. Well, I have no words. Let's have a round of applause. Come over here. Oh no. The annoying Vikings. Okay, who wants to demo what the annoying Vikings have come up with?
So we've came up with a system that warns people about any crime that's taken place in the area. So we copied a database onto a PHPMyAdmin server, and after going through a lot of, you put in your postcode here, so let's say it's M297HQ, we could search for it, and if it decides to work, we get a bar chart of all the crimes that's happened in the area over 2018 January. So we've had 5 ones of criminal damage and arson and plenty of other crimes. And then it's also compiled into a table here which tells you about exactly where it's taken place and a bit more information.
We also made a website.
Let's head over to technical issues. Let's head over to this side and see what we've got.
That was the main bit, but we also made a website with a homepage and stuff, like stuff about it, and that's got all the different things that you could do on it. And I also embedded Google Maps into it with a map of Manchester.
Okay, brilliant. Let's give it up for the annoying Vikings. Okay, we're going to head over here. What's your team name?
We're team 1-1.
1-1. Okay, and what have you built?
We made a messaging application. So it takes your text and it encrypts it basically. And so when you send it to the person, then they'll get the encrypted messages. So these days, like when you're sending a text on an app, it encrypts it and sends it over, where it then decrypts it on the other side. But we thought, how about we make it better? So let's say your text gets sent and then it gets decrypted on the other side. So let's say you're sending a message to your mom saying like, you'll be home at whatever time.
Yeah.
So on the other end, what if someone saw that text from your mom's phone, so they knew that you were coming home tonight?
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
and then they decided to, I don't know, rob you, let's say. So what we've done is it doesn't decrypt the text. So once it gets sent, on the other side, it's still encrypted.
Can we get a really quick demo?
Yeah. Can we get a phone?
So should we have a look at what actually comes through to the other side once that gets typed in? I think we've already got an example here on this front. We'll have a look at that. So it's been translated to French, the text has been reversed, it's been converted to binary. We've got no chance of trying to understand that now.
So what we've just done, I've inputted my name. So once it comes through, my name will come at the top. And then complexity level is how many different things we've done to the text. And this is just the steps it's taken. So it's taken the text, it's translated to French. Then it's turned the French one into hex. And that's what's been sent through. And as you can see, it comes through.
Great, well thanks very much for sharing. Let's give it up for 1-1. Okay, go over to table number 6. Table number 6, what's your team name?
We're team Interabyte and we're doing the Clockwork Challenge.
Okay, awesome. Let's have a look at what you've built.
If you go on that side.
So our idea is this application that people can log on to and basically try to spam their friends. So that's the main interface. So you have an option to spam your friend. I'll have a go at that in a minute, but if we start with the phishing text, so I've inserted some numbers from people around our table and one guy from over there because I didn't actually get time. So if I enter that saved those numbers, and so if we want the spam email to be from, let's say, the government, and we want our spam message to say click on the link to get £100. And so that will not send that because it's got an error.
It's a curse of demo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, but when that does work, does it actually send a text message?
Yeah, I'll see if the other bit works.
Can we have a look at maybe that text message come through?
I think I've deleted them because I had so many.
But we've got a website that works and it has a hit count as well, so you can see how many people have.
Should we have a quick look?
A version of the website. Oh. So that's what I did earlier. So buy chocolate now and click on the link. And when I click on it, it comes up with this. So you've been hacked basically. and it has a hit count. So the whole idea is you and your friends all do it, and the person who gets the most people to click on their page gets the highest hit count. So the person with the highest hit count wins. So let me see if this bit works. So from Bob.
I like the counter, it's very retro.
That should have sent me just a random message just to show it actually works, but I don't think it's
mention what the other stuff is as well.
So yeah, that one worked. So I don't know why the other one didn't. But if I do the random insult generator, it's just a silly function that basically, I don't know your number off by heart, but I know mine, so I'll do mine.
We've got quite a lot of teams to get through, so we're going to have to move on, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But,
well, we also have a rock, paper, scissors one, but that's really temperamental, so we'll just have to pretend it works.
Awesome, you've been very busy, and yeah, it's looking awesome.
Okay.
Thanks very much for sharing. So a round of applause.
Alright, forward to table number 10.
Table number 10, can I get your team name, please?
Team Satellite.
Team Satellite, and let's have a look at what you've built.
So we're doing it for the Thales project, and basically it's a game or simulator where you're a boat, and I'll turn the sound on. Okay, and then you're a boat in the ocean, and there's a waypoint that you have to get to. So you got to use the WASD keys to move around. And we've made all the model. Abdul made the model himself. We had to learn Blender for that and stuff. But there's mines randomly generated in the water. So, and you know if it's near because there's an arrow that comes up and a beep comes up as well. So the arrow will show. The arrow will show the kind of direction that it's in, and then the frequency of the beep is how close the mine is to the ship. It might take a while to get over to there.
What happens when you hit the mine?
If you hit a mine, there's a big explosion and it's game over.
Oh, I've got to see that.
Okay. It's always hard to hit a mine when you try to. Yeah, I'll try to find one.
Oh, no worries if we can't find one. But what was the most difficult challenge you had to overcome when building this?
Well, we're all working on different sections. For me and Seiji, it was probably working out the direction of the arrows because we had to use some geometry and trigonometry and stuff. Okay, there's one near here, I think.
It's getting tense.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh well, it's still an absolutely fantastic demo. It's really impressive. Let's have a round of applause, please. Amazing. So let's move across to table number 14. What's your team name, please?
It's called the Dem Hackers.
Dem Hackers.
We were doing a Clockwork challenge. I'll just hand it over to Jamie to share. So basically, Jamie, he'll send a link to his phone, which then links to a website, which is probably the silliest thing you'll ever see. And once you've linked to it, are we allowed to show it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
So it's basically the theme of it was like scamming, and then like you come to this website where it says like it's got like different like memes and stuff, and they have like different links at the bottom, which comes up with really silly things. So like for example, like if you click on stuff, it comes up with a dog just licking a window. And then if you go back onto the website and you click on like animations, it comes up with like a animation which will probably be too long. Oh, it's got an issue. It'll probably be too long, and then like it's got different silly things like links in it.
So when I came over earlier, I think I saw you guys doing something in Scratch. Is that right?
Yeah, we created a game to go with the scamming theme.
Okay.
And like it's like a platformer. If you look inside on the code, so if I click on these that one, you've got all this different coding which I've gone through. Because I made an original version, but I just had to redo it because some of it wasn't working. And it's got music if you want to hear it.
Let's have a look.
Then and it's just like arrow keys to move, and once you make it to the end, it's the scammer gets arrested.
Show them what happens when you die.
And also when you die, it turns into a big explosion, and like if you just, will it do it? It won't. If you just like walk onto it, I don't think it's working.
You're invincible. You cheated. I saw this earlier, it came up and it said, you've been scammed.
Oh yeah, it says I
there we
got
go.
scammed and it turns into a big explosion. It's like, if I show it again, it says I got scammed, it just turns into like a big, like, explosion, like, big.
I think it's good advice from Dem hackers to not get hacked. So a round of applause for Dem hackers, please. Okay, over to table 24. What's your team name, please?
Cheeseburgers.
The Cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And what have the Cheeseburgers come up with?
We came up with the Thales project. So
Let's have a look at what you've built.
So what we basically did was design the Thales submarine and the mine, which is a cheeseburger. And so it has radars that are trying to detect the mine. But it literally just broke, because I think I X'd something and then it didn't save or something and it broke. But what was happening just a second ago that we showed the judges, that when we clicked on the mine, it would come up with the coordinates encrypted, and then that would send it to Louise.
No, to here.
No, that would send it to Connor's computer. So if you go to Connor, and then he'll show you what happens.
Let's have a look.
Then we've got this code, which when I run it through my command prompt, not that, and send it, if it works. Yeah, so now it's sent to Louis' phone. Louis.
Over to Louis' phone. What's happened? What's actually happened?
I think we used I wasn't in charge of this, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we used the Clockwork SMS thing because Connor got like something for it with loads of credits on it. So he sent the text to this, and it's now encrypted.
No.
And so I give it over to him. He has to get it now because I think.
Okay, so now we decrypt by putting the code in, so TFIU 504, and then we hit decrypt, and then
put a J?
And then
what the actual thing can do?
No, it's fine. It's worked. And it's got coordinates 213x504, and that's it. That's the coordinates of the line.
It's fantastic. You've all done so much, like all the way from the graphics and 3D JavaScript stuff, all the way through the system, all the way back to your Chrome browser. It's absolutely fantastic. So have a round of applause, please. All right. So Team 31. What's your team name, please?
Team Scorpion.
Team Scorpion. And let's have a look at what you've built.
So we built a website which it notifies you when you need to do brain teasers and when you wake up and go to sleep. And when you need to take your pills, when you need to drink water. This is for the body clock challenge. And so you can register, and then it links up with Google Calendars so it fits around your schedule and it makes it easy to access. Do you want to say something about it today? And also when you're registering, you can put your age and if you have any medical needs. So if you had asthma, you could like put it in, so when to take your inhaler or like stuff like that.
Brilliant. And what have you learned while you've been building it? Like, what have you used, and how much progress have you made?
We use Wix, and I didn't even know Wix existed until Monday.
Wow.
And we've also learned how to link Google Calendar from Wix to this, and we've also done a profile on here, which is an example profile. We call him Dave, and he's asthmatic, and we've researched, so we've got some yoga here, and we've researched different times for him to do exercise, recommended time at 3:30, and recommended time for sleep, and how many cups of water he should drink a day.
Brilliant, that'd be really useful. Yeah. Fantastic. Again, another really important one. Table 25, what is your team name?
Rotten Bananas.
Rotten Bananas?
Yeah, Rotten Bananas.
Interesting.
And we've done the Dan Hamby challenge. And we've got lots of data, and we've built a pizza website, which is rubbish. We've managed to build it, and we've branded it with fajitas, pizza made easy. The reason we chose the fajitas name is because it's got F for my friend Finn, J for Jack, me, S for Sinead, my friend over there, and T for Ted just here. Sinead, do you want to quickly tell me about the data?
For the data, we went around and asked people what they would like if they could have 2 toppings on their pizza. We've picked some toppings that don't go together at all, like mushrooms and pineapple. And if you choose for your first topping mushrooms, you then have to have pineapple. There's no choice. Now Ted, tell us something about that.
So I did the coding and put Sinead's rules into the code. So you can see if I go and put mushroom in, and now I can only choose pineapple.
And do you want to quickly go down and finish? So if I
quickly just skip ahead here, this just takes ages. Oh. Right, go through all this quiz. We've got a mini quiz, lots of terms and conditions. Failed the quiz. A menu which has got some very original cheese and tomato, which doesn't look like cheese and tomato. Meat, pepperoni passion, mighty meat, the veggie supreme. And pay, and you've just ordered a 300 trillion pound McLaren. Would you like to cancel your order? Yes. Okay, just order 10 more. That's it, really.
Okay, let's have a round of applause, please. So, over to team at table 15. What is your team name, please?
Hypermonstrosis equidaliophobia.
I'm not going to try and pronounce that. What have you done?
So, we're doing both the Tanners and the Dumbhumby challenge. So, we've made a threat detector, but it's very hard for the person to figure out what the threat actually is.
Okay, let's have a look at it.
So we're using this recorder to simulate the noise of an engine of either a submarine or a boat. So my program here detects whether it's a submarine or a boat, and then plays Morse code, which person who has to decode and then put into Anna Rose's program. Right. So. And then the person over there has to put it into Anna Rose's program. Do you want to do your program, Anna? Okay. Wait, that's not.
It's not very nice sound. So basically, it's like a puzzle thing, and it would have 26 puzzles that you would have to work out, and to get each letter of the alphabet to fit in this. But we only did 3 because that would take a while. And so you'd have to get past all of these.
It's intentionally designed badly. The colour scheme is intentionally designed badly to annoy people.
You've done a very good job of making that annoy people, and yeah.
and if you don't do it right, then it doesn't work, and you have to do it all over again.
Yeah. Brilliant. Round of applause, please.
Should be better, thank you.
Okay, so we're called the Coding Kids, but my teammate is ill, so he couldn't come. And we did our challenges for the Avecto, and we created a game of snakes and ladders, but there's like questions involved with it about safety online. So if I press the flag and play it, I have to wait for 5 seconds. Question comes up and it asks you whether you want to choose A or B, and I think the right answer is A. And then a dice rolls at the top corner, and then the blue one moves forward, and you just carry on going.
Awesome. Can we have a quick look at some of the code that powers that Scratch app? So it must be pretty complicated.
So we had to do 20 questions, so I went all down over here.
Wow, might be the biggest if ladder I've ever seen.
And we had loads of sprites as well.
Wow.
So basically the players know where to go because there's loads of these yellow dots, and each dot is like programmed.
Amazing. Right, give it up for the Coding Kid. Okay, on to our next team. What's your team name, please?
What's your team name?
Overclockers.
Overclockers. Okay, and what have the Overclockers built?
We've been doing the Body Clockers challenge, and I've been going on Scratch making a program about how fast a dog's heart can beat.
Cool, let's have a look. This is the most wholesome Scratch app I've ever seen.
That's the end.
Brilliant. Again, there's quite a bit of code there. There's quite a bit going on. Were there other things that your team did as well?
So I've been doing the microbit, BBC microbit, and I've also done the body clock challenge.
Brilliant. Should we have a look at what you've built?
Yeah. So this is the microbit, and if you shake it like this, it says a message. It's a good exercise because you just shake your hand and that's the exercise. So yeah.
Brilliant. And there's quite a lot of complexity in your programming that we can see on your screen there as well. Do we have another Scratch app here as well? You guys have been really busy.
Yeah. It's like prepare for something. It was going to be a battle. I never finished it, but you have to like go to sleep at the right time, which you do by clicking the stage. And there's an hour system which changes the hour every 30 seconds, I think, but I don't know if it's working, and I don't think it is working. You can go to workshop, dog prayer, and then sorry. takes a few clicks though.
Wow.
And then, depending what you eat, I never got to actually eating it, but so what?
Yeah, that's alright. I had a look at your code and there was just so many things going on.
I know, it was crazy. It took ages.
Yeah.
And it was hard.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
really
are really
good.
busy.
Yeah, really good.
Put your hands together for the overclockers, please.
Well done.
Should we go over to table number 8? Table number 8, what's your team name, please?
Oh, you're under a speak.
Yeah, I'll move that way.
We just called our team Teammates. We were doing the Talas challenge, and we made a Python code that would scan for an object and then show it on a scatter graph.
Okay. Basic radar sonar type system. So it displays the depth of the object and the distance away from the object it is, and it changes colour depending on how close it gets to you and how far away. It also shows you the bearing and which compass sector it's in. And if the object gets too close, it sends a message to my phone with the kind of a report on the object. So compass, bearing, distance, and bearing.
That's super cool. What was the biggest challenge you had to overcome when building this?
I think our biggest challenge was actually getting it to constantly make a measurement that it needed to track, as it just kept on doing it once and just stopping there.
And
the text has just gone through because it went red there. So, yeah.
Good. Brilliant. Put your hands together for table teammate. Okay, we're going over to table 12. What's your team name, please?
My team name is Body Clock Hacker.
Body Clock Hacker.
I've made a scratch game where you can test whether you're more awake in the morning or the afternoon, because you've got like 0.7 seconds to click on a ghost, and you get a point if you click on it, and you lose a point if you click on the ghoul. And I've also done some microbits, so it displays a letter, and then like there's A and B, and then you've got to press A and B, and the X means press both, and you've got to see how long it takes you to react to it. And you can try it in the morning and both the afternoon, so you can test whether you're like more awake in the morning or afternoon. So like,
and what have you learned while building this?
Well, this is the first time I've ever really coded, so I've learned about Scratch and microbits.
First time coding everyone. I think you need to round of applause.
Well done.
Awesome, yeah, congratulations. Right, moving on to the next team, table number 16, who wants to speak?
I'll speak.
Alright, what's your team name, please?
Our team name is Cache Me Outside, as in cache memory.
Okay.
The challenge we chose was GCHQ. The challenge was to use already available data to make it safer for the general public. And we have decided to make a program based around the theme of crime data analysis.
Okay.
And our program does 5 different tasks, which we will go through right now. So the first task is it lets you type in an area, and then it will show you, it will output the crime rates in that area. And at the end there's also a loop, so you can go back and do different tasks. So when you pick task 2 is you can choose a crime type, and it will output the 10 places where that type of crime happens the lowest. And then there's task 3, which is similar to task 2, but this time we need to add in a password, for which we had to use hashing and we had to use time. We had to use the time function, so when the user enters the password wrong too many times, it adds a time function to it, so they get locked out for a certain amount of time. And once you do get the password right, then you enter the crime type again, but this time it will output the places where the crime happens the most instead of the lowest. So that's task 3, and then task 4 is you enter the name of an area and it will output the ratio of the population to the crime rate, so then you can see per population how many crimes are committed. Nice. And then task 5 is just the whole database is printed. Brilliant. So yeah.
Quite a lot going on, you've achieved quite a lot. Yeah, fantastic. So a round of applause, please. Okay, table 26.
Our team name is Team 26, and we came up with a sleep calculator. And our sleep calculator takes in multiple variants from age to exercise, and will come out with the time that you need to go to sleep and the optimal time you should be sleeping for. So you're probably better going and looking at his screen. He's got a little bit of a better interface than me.
Yeah, let's see it in action.
So this is the calculator. It's just a basic Python program that uses tk-enter to make the program more friendly instead of like a command line interface program. So yeah, you have to answer a couple questions. So just put in age. Then you want to put in the hour you want to wake up. It's using the 24-hour clock. So let's do sleep until 4. And then it'll ask you more questions. So. And it'll tell you the optimal hours for you to sleep. It'll tell you what time you should go to sleep and how much sleep you'll get if you go to bed at that time.
Brilliant.
It's pretty simple.
Put your hands together for table 26. Okay, what have we got over here? I know what this team is. What is your team name, please?
Dancing Squirrels.
The Dancing Squirrels. And what have the Dancing Squirrels been up to?
We've been doing the Dynamic Challenge, creating this awful website that gives you almost the exact opposite of whatever you want.
Well, we've got to have a demo. Let's have a look.
Only problem was we couldn't get the actual website to connect properly because we didn't have enough time.
It's so annoying you can't load the page, right?
Well, we can load the page.
This is the website that the code was supposed to be in. Basically, just a really bad website. I mean, you know, it's just really badly made. Like, really badly made. I mean, nothing works. This button, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually do anything. It just resets anything that you put into here. You know? It just does nothing. It just links to something that they've done. It does nothing. It's so bad. Yeah. And they've got their word. And
what have you done
it's
from
just a bad
scratch?
website.
Saw some scraps going on as well.
It's also a horror game.
A horror game about squirrels?
I don't think it is.
It's kind of scary.
It is a little freaky. It's a bit freaky, but
it's
not entirely freaky. It's just really, really silly kind of freaky.
Let's have a look.
So, if you search something like
basketball.
Basketball. If you search basketball, it comes up with fidget spinners, and if you press space after searching something, it comes up with this. And you're being chased by tons of scary squirrels. Why won't it work? Why does this screen never work?
Oh, buy our toys.
Yeah, there we go. I'm trying this. If you want to see the ending screen, it's just. Apparently, it does not want to work, the ending screen. So, there. That is the ending screen.
I think I'll be having nightmares about squirrels tonight. Give a round of applause for the Dancing Squirrels.
We missed the actual code for the search engine thing. We didn't actually code it.
Okay, should we go over to team 32 next? Yeah. What is your team name, please?
Insert name here. A version I know.
So we were doing the GCHQ open source challenge. So what we've done is we've created a website. So as you can see here, you can have live Twitter updates from Greater Manchester Police. There's also where we actually get our information from. You can also, if you look up here, access transport, and it will give you routes and stuff. It's a bit
not working at the moment.
Yeah, we've had some issues, so let's just skip that. But we do actually. Oh wait. But you can see what the bus bit would look like. The idea behind it is being able to know how to get home safely, so you're not getting stranded. We also created another part of the website, it's here, and we've used the police database, and you can search for what crimes have happened in certain areas. I did foolishly use JavaScript instead of PHP, which means I couldn't, what was it called? Take the information directly from the CSV files, so I had to use a sample array. But you can, let's say, you want to know what crimes had happened in August on Shepton Close. Into that, just save it to the verbals, and then search, and it'll pop up with if any crimes have happened. It took us quite a while because I had to learn JavaScript from scratch. So yeah.
Really good.
Front-end programming from scratch, it's fantastic. So a round of applause for him. So, next. Team Bazinga 3.3. Who wants to talk about what you built?
I will. We created an Alexa skill for an Echo Dot, and we tried to create something that would, like, how do I explain? Tell you what time you have to go to sleep to like give you the best sleep experience. He's better explained.
So what it does is it tells you what time you need to go to sleep based on what time you say you want to get up in the morning, and the time to turn your device off so you sleep to the best possible standard. So do you want a demo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see a demo. Let's have a look.
So it doesn't all work together, but there's different parts that work. So for example, this is like a calculator that will calculate what time you have to go to sleep, or at least go to bed. So it's on the Lambda. It's on Lambda, and it's written in Python, which is this bit here. That bit's JSON. So
you see the output.
Yeah. So you can see the time you need to get up is 11, and the hours of sleep is 2 hours. So if I test that, it'll say you need to go to bed at 9 o'clock or 9 hours. So that works, and that's the code for that.
Awesome.
We've also got an Android app running on my tablet. So if you said you wanted to get up at, so that's the current time, but I want to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm 15. So then I click submit, and it says you should go to bed at 20. Oh, hang on. There may be a little bug. So I want to get up at 8 o'clock, and I'm 14. So it says you should go to bed at 23 o'clock, and you should turn your device off at 22, which is 10, to make sure that your sleep is the best possible.
Fantastic. So this team is building using serverless computing. They're doing Alexa skills. They're doing Android programming. Like, a lot of the stuff they've built is really cutting edge. It's really, really new stuff that even like people in my company have no idea about. It's amazing. So yeah, put your hands together for Team Bazinga. All right, over to the next team. Team 29.
Yeah, so we created a mobile app for the GCHQ challenge. It basically, so it shows a crime statistics within a certain area, it's about 1 square kilometre. It also shows a notification so that when you close the app you can do other things and you can still see data, and it ranks certain areas based on currently 1 factor, so it's not great, but it ranks it with a risk factor. You show that at the top. Yeah, it's actually quite simple, to be honest. We had a problem where we had trouble with some of the notification stuff because of the technology we were using. So he got up at, what was it, 2, 4 in the morning and rewrote the entire thing at home, and then we came in and started working on it from scratch again. So yesterday was completely useless.
Right.
Which is great.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. So round of applause. Okay, next we're going to go to table 28. What's your team name, please?
We are Team Nibbles.
Team Nibbles.
4 bits, 4 of us. I'm Davinia, this is Ali, and there's Jerry. As a team, we thought that we wanted to do the GCHQ challenge. Here I've got the Python app. I've used TK-Inter as a GUI, and we thought that we should have like different menus. So we've got one for public transport, which would keep people safe in Manchester. If they're lost, they can just go onto it and see where they need to go. So it would take us to the bus station app. I'll just close this and I'll show you a live demo. We've called the app Save Me, so like save me but safe. So Ali will show you the map whilst I log on.
Alright, let's have a look at the map.
Right here, I get the location from where the user inputs it in her app, and I get that latitude and longitude here, and it loads a live app, and that's the code for it.
So to see the crime rates, we had Jack, but sadly had to go a bit earlier today. So he wrote it in C#. So it took us quite a long time to get it into Python. So here I'll enter it right now. It'll ask me for the postcode, so I'll put in my home postcode and see what the crime rates are. So this code he wrote, it took him quite a long time. It took him all day yesterday, and he worked on it last night. So you've got it's in the last 12 months. So there's a violent crime of 1, and that will take me to the web browser of the crime rate app of Manchester. We've also got a website. Jerry,
that's the code from Jack that he did. That's the code that Jack did for the. Can we see the Python? Yeah. Postcode. Anything. Give me a postcode.
Just do the one.
Okay. Some random postcode, and they give you some information and the crime detail. Then the website, it's saying to me that I have some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript built into the website. Scroll down, some tips about how to stay safe in Manchester, and a video about embedded into this website. That's all.
Awesome. So we've got C#, Python, HTML, CSS. Yeah. Nibbles have been doing everything. It's a round of applause. Alright, next we're going to go to table number 18. What's your team name, please?
So we're Team Pulsar. So we decided to do the Vector Challenge, which was a cybersecurity one. And for that, we made an anti-phishing tool. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, phishing is like a way of, it says here, of getting passwords, credit card details, often for malicious purposes. So hackers do this by disguising themselves as your bank or your relative to ask for money and to do stuff like that. And so, yeah.
So let's see what you've built.
Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to run the anti-phishing tool here. Some Python. And I've made it in Python, and I used TK-Inter to create the GUI. So I'm just going to log into my email. So let's give it my name.
So just putting some
some credentials into this TK Inter Python window, clicking login.
Yeah.
What's happening now?
So it's currently talking with the Gmail server. So I've used IMAP Library, and that's a special server that Google Mail offers. And I've currently connected with it, and I've entered my email in wrong. So just change that. And it's accepted it. So I've been authorized, and I'm a client now. And it's currently contacting Gmail and getting all my emails.
So it's downloading all of your emails from all of history from Gmail.
That's right.
Okay.
So
And then
luckily,
what?
I haven't got too many. So I've displayed it in this list box, and you can see all my emails.
So we already sent him 2 emails, one being a real email, and one being an obviously fake email with incorrect grammar, spelling, punctuation, no salutation. So Yash will go to the incorrect one, to the very last one. The correct one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the correct one. So it says here, if you can, it says the links are fine in the email, and it flags up all the potential words that are incorrectly spelled and aren't in the English dictionary, which, as you can see here, are just bank details. So those don't matter too much. But if you go to the incorrect one, so the link here is false. It obviously flags it up there, and then you can see all the spelling mistakes, and also it says that the name is not there. So you can use that to assume whether an email is fraudulent or real.
So this email is actually false because on the email itself it said this was barclays.com, whereas it's actually taking you to google.com.
Yep.
So our code just looks at that, checks out the HTML, and sees whether you're actually going to the right link.
That's obviously a euphemism. Like.
So you guys are saying you built an email client which has a bit like phishing detection built in from scratch.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Well done, you guys. Awesome. Okay, where should we go to next? Should we go over to the corner?
Yeah, we'll do go to the corner. Please bear with us. We've got about 6 or 8 more to go, and then we can have a break for getting ready. So I know it takes a long time to go around everyone, but we're nearly there. So let's do this one first. Okay. And move across.
Table 39. What's your team name, please?
Wix.
Okay, the Wix team. And what the Wix team does?
So yeah, we were doing the what was it? The Dunnhumby challenge. So we made a website that was less than optimal for the customer. So it has lots of pop-up ads, and it makes you go to the bottom and top of the page, and it's really annoying.
And what have you guys learned while you've been building this?
So we've not done any coding, both of us really. So one of the mentors showed us a bit about the HTML part of the website, but it was mostly drag and drop, but we weren't very good at coding.
Are you guys Wix experts now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, good. Fantastic. Well, let's have a round of applause for the Wix team. Okay, over to table number 41. What's your team name, please?
Coding Commotion.
Coding Commotion. I like it. And what have you built?
We have built a
We built a game which will make your shopping experience terrible, because you have to shoot to get your items, and once they're in the basket, shoot them again, they come out your basket. If you get hit by a bug, you go into quarantine. Just generally annoying.
The worst shopping experience ever.
I know, let's see, we're in quarantine already.
So it's a bit like Space Invaders, is there like products flying at you and you've got to try and capture them and put them in your basket, is that right?
Yeah, and then once it's finished it gets even worse.
If you can get past quarantine.
If you can get past quarantine. So now you get a list of all the items which you had no intention of buying, because 5 purple hippos, to be specific, flying, are not entirely great. and then once you check out, blue screen of death.
Amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah. Let's have a round of applause, please. Which team have we got here?
We're Team Highfall, like Skyfall.
Team Highfall.
Yeah.
What can you build?
Do you want to?
So we chose the Dunhumby challenge, and we've decided. Our original idea was to create something that modifies your route in Google Maps to go through the worst possible roads. Originally we were going to try and modify the JavaScript source, but that's all obfuscated, so it's hard to do something like that. So after some research, we decided to go for a man in the middle. Our proxy is running on the Raspberry Pi, and what it does is, when you connect it to it, you'll basically, whenever you send a request to the Google Maps API, it'll find the location of your destination, find the nearest vehicle prime location, and then the 3 closest traffic lights, and add those as detours to your route. So here we've got 2 of the same routes, and then if we refresh this one, I'll refresh this one instead. Right, so. Oh.
Is that running on there?
Yeah, it's running. Right, so that was the destination. That was our start, and it's just added 4 detours. One is in Eccles, which we didn't expect, but makes things worse, I guess. So I believe this one's the vehicle crime, and these 4 are just traffic lights, which are nearby.
And an accident location.
And yeah, and a vehicle accident.
The worst route ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Round of applause, please, folks. Yeah. Okay. Next, we've got Team 34. What's your team name, please?
It's sudo make a name, I think. I can't remember.
Sudo make
a name. Yeah,
okay.
Something like that. So we wanted to make a website primarily for the police or the general public, which just assessed different events which were going on in Manchester in the next couple of days, and then puts a risk assigned to it. So this will be from 0 to 1, and then we'll plot it on a map along with our table here with information like starting times. On this side, so if you reload the page, we've made use of the Leaflet API, the Mapbox API, and the Eventful API. So it will load the data from the Eventful API, and then we've got a program in JavaScript. So we had to learn JavaScript because neither me and Nick knew it. So we had to make a program which formatted it all, put it on the website. So on here, you can click on them, they open up, and it will also order them depending on the risk which we've assigned to them. Also on the map, it will plot it on there. So at the moment, I think we've got something like 25 on there. You can click on the map, it's all interactive, you can see what time it starts and stuff like that. So this was primarily for the police to see the high risk ones so they could get there and know what time it was at. There's also a location for that. Yeah, do you want to go on? Oh yeah, we also made a second one because we didn't, in certain circumstances, we didn't want to rely on the API for all our data. So we made this if we wanted to use this instead of it, but we don't have to. So Nick made a backend in Python which let you put information in by yourself instead of making use of the Eventful API. So as you can see, we've got just some tests on here, which were so it's a different way of importing everything.
And you built all this without any knowledge of JavaScript before?
We didn't know JavaScript before this whatsoever. We found that it's very annoying. I'd also never used an API before, so we found that most of them didn't work. So the police one didn't work, the government one didn't work. They knew it didn't work, but they left it anyway.
We can get a job soon and fix them.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Brilliant, that's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a round of applause, please. Okay, over to Team Roboburst. Let's see what you've built.
So we've done the Tyler's challenge, and we started this morning
and yeah, so we've created it so as if you're looking through a submarine window, and you've got to try and defuse all the bombs and boats that come past.
Should we say play?
Let's have a look. And you said you only built this today?
Yeah.
So you built it in one day. Let's have a look.
So basically, it says down there at the bottom, so you press that, and then to get the bomb you have to press D and it just appears, and then you have to press diffuse, and then you have to press 1 to get an explosive boat, so you have to then diffuse it, and then that goes, and then and then A.
It looks really awesome. What have you learned while you've been building it?
I think we've learned how to work together and find out different things using Scratch just to make quite a simple game, but make it work.
Brilliant. Okay, put your hands together for RoboBurst. We have 2 teams left. So, our penultimate team, what's your name, please?
Hello, this is Time Common and this is Team Noon.
Team Noon. Okay, this should be good. Let's have a look at what you've built.
Well, first there's my stuff, which is the main project.
Basically, he has the code.
So can I have your phone number so that I can text you? I have my own. You see, we've done the Clockwork Challenge and
the Media Burst one.
May I have your phone number so I can text you?
Phone number?
Just get him and get him to.
That's okay. We don't have to run it.
Email it.
What have you built this using?
Python.
Python. How did you find it?
I found it very interesting because I've never used Python before.
Never used Python before. It's fantastic. We've got some code over here as well. Calling the Clockwork API. Brilliant. Right, put your hands together for Team Noon. Okay, last final take. Right. Who wants to? Yeah. Okay. What's your team name, please?
Right. We're Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
Let me start with a question. Have you ever been sitting around doing what humans do, and you thought to yourself, wouldn't it be great if I could customize my software and hardware to match my circadian clock? Exactly. Which is why here at Comic Sans Production Studios, we've designed a great, intuitive and smooth experience to revolutionize the way you think and go about your life. Now I'm going to pass over to the people who actually know what's going on, and they're going to tell you about what we made.
Steve Jobs, I feel so inspired.
Right, so we've designed a web app using a variety of different software, like HTML, CSS and JavaScript, which I'm very pleased because before now I had very little experience in using JavaScript at all. So we'll show you what it does. Basically, it takes over looking after different aspects of your life that affect your circadian rhythms, your sleep times, when you have exercise, when you have food, when you're at work, etc. One example of how light can affect your circadian rhythms is shown with our background. The background changes over time to mirror natural light and help create melatonin in the right places, and not to keep you awake during night. So I'll give you a demonstration.
If we accelerate
time.
So if we accelerate time by using the accelerate time button, it starts at black at midnight. It slowly transitions over to red at about 6 o'clock in the morning. This speed is about an hour in 2.5 seconds, so finish in a minute. After 6 o'clock, there's a brief flash of blue to recalculate your circadian rhythm, calibrate.
And this happens throughout the rest of the day. Not only can you do this, but you can find information about places you might want to visit for healthy eating and for exercise, such as the gym. You can see recommended settings, whether you need to put your light on your computer up because you're straining your eyes, or you need to be going down because it's suppressing melatonin production. As well, you can log in and personalise this further, helping to create a more comprehensive experience that goes as far as it can to properly look after your circadian rhythms and keep you as a working human in order.
Wait.
One other thing is, so some of the things is that actually you don't actually need to input anything. It does it automatically, and if we did have a Fitbit and Fitbit data, we would have customized it so that you could only input that and it would have optimized settings, but we don't, so we didn't.
Alright, let's have a round of applause for Comic Sans, please. Okay, so that concludes the show and tell. I think we're going to head over to the judges now for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, well, before we do the judging, we just need to get this front area set out with seats. So if everyone who's sat around here could remove their laptops and bags and things. We have cakes and refreshments just outside, and then we're going to come back in here in about 5 to 10 minutes once we've got everything set up. The whole room.